The arena lights burned bright above the capital city of Zyther Prime. The Grand Arena of Eternal Dominion was the largest structure on the planet. A huge bowl, carved from shining black stone and filled with seats for millions. Today, every seat was taken. The air buzzed with excitement and the smell of sweet incense. Flags of the Zytherian Empire waved in every color, deep purple, bright gold, sharp silver. The crowd wore fine robes and glowing jewelry. They had come to see a show, and they expected blood. In the center of the sand floor stood Princess Lirana. She was tall, almost 8 feet, with skin that shimmered like oil on water, greens and blues that shifted when she moved. Thin scales covered her arms and neck, catching the light. Her eyes were large and golden, sharp like a predator's. Long silver hair flowed down her back, tied with threads of light. She wore light armor made of living crystal that moved with her breath. In her right hand she held her honor blade, a thin sword of pure violet energy. It hummed softly, ready to cut. Lirana had fought 23 challengers before today. None had lasted more than 5 minutes. Each time she ended the duel quickly, sometimes with one clean strike, sometimes with a few mocking cuts to make the loser beg. The crowd loved her for it. They called her the Unbroken Star, the Blade of the Empire. She smiled now, calm and sure, while the announcer's voice echoed through the arena. People of Zither, today is another day of the rite of ascension. Any soul brave enough may challenge the royal blood for honor, alliance, or favor. Who dares step forward? The crowd roared. Names were shouted. Some alien visitors from far systems stood up, but none moved to the floor. To challenge and lose meant shame that lasted lifetimes. Then a single figure walked out from the challenger gate. He was human. Marcus Kane was shorter than most in the arena, only 6 feet tall. His skin was pale brown, marked with old scars that crossed his arms and chest like white rivers. He wore a simple gray tunic and pants. No armor, no glowing jewels. His black hair was cut short. His face was calm, almost bored. He carried nothing but his own 2 hands. Behind him walked 2 human aides, but they stopped at the edge of the sand. This was his fight alone. The crowd laughed. The sound started small, then grew loud and sharp. Some pointed, others slapped their thighs. A group of young Cytherians near the front hissed in amusement. "Look at the little ape," one shouted. "He brought no weapon," another called. "He thinks he can fight with meat fists." Her golden eyes looked down at Marcus like he was a strange insect that had crawled onto her floor. She tilted her head. A small, cold smile curved her lips. The announcer's voice faltered for a second, then continued. "The challenger is Marcus Kane, envoy of the United Human Worlds. State your purpose." Marcus stopped 10 paces from Lirana. He looked up at her without fear. His voice was low but clear. It carried across the silent parts of the crowd. "I challenge Princess Lirana under the rules of the right. I seek alliance between our peoples. Nothing more." More laughter rolled through the stands. Someone threw a small fruit that landed near Marcus's feet. He did not look at it. Lirana stepped closer. Her long legs made each step graceful and dangerous. She towered over him. Up close, her scent was sharp, like metal and flowers. She looked him up and down, taking in his plain clothes, his lack of claws or scales or extra limbs. Her voice was smooth and mocking. "A soft-skinned thing from a wet little planet? You come here to die for fun?" Marcus did not answer right away. He met her eyes steadily. "I come to fight," he said simply. The crowd laughed again, louder this time. Lirana raised one clawed hand. A drone floated down from above, a small silver ball with cameras on every side. It hovered between them, recording every word for the Empire's archives. "Listen well, little ape," she said. loud enough for the microphones to catch. "Your kind are new to the stars. We have watched you. You break so easily. No natural weapons, no armor, no speed. Your bones snap like dry sticks. Your blood spills like water. You tire, you bleed, you fall." She leaned down until her face was close to his. Her breath was warm. "You should have stayed on your dirt ball and played with your sticks and stones. This is not your place." Marcus still did not flinch. "That is enough." Lorana straightened. She laughed. A sharp ringing sound. "Brave words for meat. Very well. Let us give the crowd what they want." She gestured to the side. 2 attendants walked out, carrying a tray. On it lay 2 honor blades, thin handles of black metal, each with a core of glowing energy. The blades were not real. They were made to simulate cuts and stabs. The pain was real. The damage was real in the mind and body. A death would not come. The neural link would stop the fight when one side could no longer continue. Lorana took hers. The violet blade snapped to life with a low hum. She spun it once, fast enough to leave a trail of light. Marcus stepped forward and picked up the second blade. It felt light in his hand. He tested the weight, then looked at Lorana. "Whenever you are ready," he said. The princess smiled wider. Her teeth were sharp and white. "Oh, I am ready. I will make this quick. I want to see how fast a human bleeds." She raised her blade eye. The crowd went quiet, waiting for the first strike. Marcus lifted his own blade. He stood straight, feet apart, knees slightly bent. No fancy stance, no show, just a man ready to fight. The announcer's voice boomed one last time. "Begin." Lorana moved first. She was fast, faster than any human could dream. Her body blurred as she lunged. The violet blade came down in a perfect arc, aimed at Marcus's shoulder. He stepped to the side. Not far, just enough. The energy blade hissed past his ear, close enough to singe hair. The crowd gasped. Lorana did not pause. She spun, bringing the blade around in a low sweep at his legs. Marcus jumped back. The blade cut air. She pressed forward, striking high, low, high again. Each move was smooth, perfect, trained since childhood. Her body flowed like water. Her blade danced. Most strikes he dodged. When he could not dodge, he took the hit on his arm or side. Thin lines of red appeared on his gray tunic. Blood welled up. Pain burned across his skin. But he did not cry out. Lorana laughed again. "See? Already bleeding. How long before you fall, little ape?" Marcus wiped blood from his lip with the back of his hand. He looked at the red smear, then back at her. "Not yet," he said. The crowd was still laughing, but the sound was thinner now. Some leaned forward. They had expected a quick end. This human was still standing. Lorana's smile faded a little. Her golden eyes narrowed. "You think this is courage?" she said. "This is stupidity. Let me show you real pain." She raised her free hand. A pulse of bright light shot from her palm. Cytherian bioflare, meant to blind and stun. Marcus closed his eyes just in time. The light flashed white behind his lids. When he opened them again, Lorana was already moving, coming in fast for the finishing blow. A violet blade aimed straight for his chest. Marcus brought his own blade up in a simple block. Metal met energy. Sparks flew. For the first time, Lorana felt resistance. The human did not stagger back. He pushed. Not with fancy skill, not with speed, with weight, with stubborn muscle, with something deep inside that refused to bend. Lorana's eyes widened. "What are you?" she whispered. Marcus looked straight into her golden gaze. "Still here," he said. And then he smiled. Just a small, tired smile. The crowd went completely silent. The duel had begun. The arena lights made the sand floor glow like pale gold. The crowd watched, hungry for a quick finish. Princess Lirana moved like wind over water, fast, smooth, deadly. Her violet honor blade cut the air with sharp hisses. She did not rush to kill. She wanted to play first. Marcus stood still for a heartbeat. Then he shifted his feet. Not much, just enough to stay alive. Lirana lunged. Her blade came down in a clean arc toward his left shoulder. He twisted his body. The energy edge grazed his arm. A thin line of blood appeared. The crowd cheered. "Good," Lirana said. Her voice carried over the noise. "First blood. How does it feel, little ape?" Marcus did not answer. He raised his own blade, a simple black handle with a pale blue edge. He held it low, not fancy. He watched her eyes. She attacked again. This time she spun low, aiming for his legs. The blade swept like a scythe. Marcus jumped back. She followed fast. High strike, low strike, side strike, each one faster than the last. Her body flowed. Her scales caught the light and flashed green and blue. Marcus blocked some. Others he dodged. When he could not move fast enough, the blade bit into his skin. Cuts opened on his right forearm. A slash across his ribs. Blood soaked the gray tunic. It stuck to his chest. Red drops fell to the sand and turned dark. The crowd laughed louder. Some clapped. "Finish him," they shouted. "Make him beg." Lirana smiled. Her sharp teeth gleamed. "See? Your kind bleeds so easily. No scales, no thick hide, just soft meat." She stepped closer. "I could end this now. One thrust to the heart. But where is the fun in that?" She raised her blade high. Then she brought it down hard, aimed at his collarbone. The strike would break bone and force him to drop. Marcus crossed his arms. He caught the blade between his forearms. The energy edge burned deep. Pain shot through his body like fire. His muscles shook, but he held. Lirana pushed. Her strength was great. Zytharians were born strong. Yet the blade did not move forward. Marcus pushed back. His feet dug into the sand. His jaw tightened. Sweat mixed with blood on his face. For the first time, Lirana's golden eyes flickered. Surprise. Then anger. She pulled the blade free with a quick twist. Sparks flew. She stepped back. "How?" she said. Her voice was low now. "No one catches my strike like that. Not without metal arms or machine help." Marcus lowered his arms. Fresh burns smoked on his skin. Blood ran down his hands. He looked at her. "Humans don't have fancy tricks," he said. "We just hold on." The crowd quieted a little. Some still laughed, but it sounded forced. Others leaned forward in their seats. The drones floated closer, cameras zooming in. Lirana shook her head. Brave words. Stupid words. She circled him now. Slow, like a cat with a wounded mouse. "You bleed. You hurt. Your heart beats too fast. Soon you will tire. Then you fall." She attacked again. This time she used her full speed. Her body blurred. The violet blade came from every side, left, right, above, below. Marcus moved. He ducked. He stepped. He blocked when he had to. More cuts appeared. One on his thigh, one across his back. Blood dripped steady now. His breathing came harder. But he stayed on his feet. Lirana grew angry. She was not used to this. Challengers always broke fast. They screamed. They begged. They fell. This human did none of those things. He just kept moving, kept blocking, kept looking at her with calm eyes. She stopped for a second, breathing fast. "Why do you not fall?" she asked. "Any other would be screaming by now." Marcus wiped blood from his mouth. "Pain is old friend," he said. "Seen worse." Lirana laughed. It sounded sharp. "Then let me introduce you to new ones." She raised her left hand. Her claws glowed. Thin mist came from her fingertips. Zytherian neurotoxin. Not enough to kill in the honor duel. Enough to make muscles slow and mind foggy. The mist drifted toward him. Marcus held his breath. He stepped sideways. The mist passed. But some touched his skin. A burning feeling spread up his arm. His fingers tingled. He shook his hand once, then gripped the blade tighter. Lyrana lunged again. She aimed for his side. He turned. The blade cut shallow across his stomach. More blood. He grunted. First sound of pain. The crowd cheered again. Now he feels it, someone yelled. Lyrana pressed. Strike after strike. She drove him back, across the sand. Step by step. His boots left red prints. His tunic hung in rags. Cuts covered his arms, chest, legs. Pain roared in every part of him. Yet he did not drop. He blocked a high strike. For the first time, he attacked. Not with speed, not with grace, with simple power. He drove his elbow into her side. The blow landed hard. Lyrana gasped. Air left her lungs. She staggered back one step. The crowd went silent. Lyrana touched her side. Her scales were cracked there. A small line of purple blood showed. Her eyes widened. No one had touched her in a duel before. Not like that. You hit me? She said. Her voice shook with surprise. Marcus stood straight. Blood ran down his face. He breathed hard, but his eyes were steady. You said I bleed easy, he told her. Maybe, but I hit hard. Lyrana stared at him. Then she smiled. Not the mocking smile from before. This one was different. Smaller. Tighter. Interesting, she said. Very interesting. She straightened. Her blade hummed louder. Then let us see how long you can stand. She moved again. Faster now. No more playing. She wanted to end it. Her blade flashed in deadly patterns. Cuts opened on Marcus faster. One on his cheek, one on his shoulder, one deep in his leg. He limped now. His left leg dragged a little. But he still moved. The crowd watched without laughing. Some whispered, he should be down. Why does he stand? What is this human? Lyrana struck again. A strong overhead blow, meant to break his guard and finish him. Marcus raised his blade. The two edges met. Energy clashed. Sparks rained down. He pushed back. She pushed harder. Their blades locked. Faces close. Her golden eyes met his dark ones. You should be broken, she hissed. Marcus spoke through gritted teeth. Not yet. Then he shoved. Not elegant, just raw strength. Lyrana slid back 2 steps. Sand sprayed. She caught her balance, but her face changed. The mocking look was gone. Now there was something else. Doubt. The drone circled closer. The whole empire watched. The princess who never lost was being pushed by a small, bleeding human. Lyrana took a deep breath. Her chest rose and fell. Enough games, she said. I will end this. She raised both hands. Bright light flared from her palms. Bioflare, strong enough to blind most beings. The arena filled with white fire. Marcus closed his eyes. He turned his head. The light burned through his lids. When it faded, spots danced in his vision. Lyrana was already moving. She came in low and fast. Her blade aimed straight for his heart. Marcus opened his eyes. He saw the violet streak. He twisted. The blade missed his chest by an inch. It cut deep into his side instead. Pain exploded. Hot blood poured out. He staggered. The crowd roared. Lyrana smiled again. Victory smile. There, now you fall. But Marcus did not fall. He straightened, slow. Pain twisted his face. Blood soaked his side. Yet he lifted his blade once more. Lyrana's smile froze. Yet, he said again. And he stepped forward. The light from Lyrana's bioflare faded. Spots still danced in Marcus's eyes, but he forced them away. Blood ran from the deep cut in his side. It soaked his tunic and dripped onto the sand in thick drops. His left leg shook. Pain clawed at every part of him. Burns, cuts, broken ribs he could feel grinding with each breath. Yet he stood, blade in hand, eyes on the princess. Lyrana stared at him. Her chest moved fast. For the first time, sweat shone on her scales. The mocking smile was gone. Now, her golden eyes were wide, confused, a little afraid. "You should be on the ground," she said. Her voice came out quieter than before. "No one lasts this long against me. No one." Marcus took one step forward. His boot left a red print. "I'm not no one," he said. "I'm human." The crowd was silent now. No laughter, no cheers. Millions of eyes watched. Drones hovered close. The whole empire saw their unbreakable princess face something new. Lyrana shook her head. "Enough." She raised her blade again. "I end this now." She moved, faster than before. Her body became a blur of color, scales flashing, silver hair whipping. The violet blade came in deadly arcs. She aimed to finish him. One strike to the neck, one to the heart, one to the head. Marcus did not try to match her speed. He could not. Instead he watched, waited, moved only when he had to. She struck high. He ducked. The blade passed over his head. Sand sprayed as she spun and struck low. He jumped back. His wounded leg buckled for a second. He caught himself. She pressed harder, strike after strike, each one meant to kill if the blades were real. Marcus blocked some, dodged others, took hits when he must. A new cut opened on his shoulder, another on his thigh. Blood flowed faster now. His vision started to blur at the edges. But he kept his feet under him. Lyrana growled, a low sound deep in her throat. She had never had to work this hard. Never had to think. Challengers always broke. This one would not. She changed tactics. She raised her left hand. Claws glowed again. Neurotoxin mist shot out, thicker this time. It filled the air round Marcus like smoke. He held his breath, stepped through it fast. Some touched his skin anyway. His arms grew heavy. His fingers felt numb. Pain in his cuts burned hotter. Still he moved. Lyrana lunged. She drove her blade straight at his chest. Marcus twisted. The edge sliced along his ribs. Fresh blood poured. He grunted, loud this time. She smiled for a second, thinking she had him. Then he grabbed her wrist. His hand closed like iron. Human fingers, thick, calloused, strong from years of hard work, locked around her scaled arm. She tried to pull free. He held tight. Lyrana's eyes went wide. "Let go!" Marcus pulled. Hard. He yanked her forward. Off balance, she stumbled. Then he drove his knee up into her stomach. The blow landed solid. Zytharian bodies were strong, but their midsections were soft under the scales. Air rushed out of her lungs in a sharp hiss. She doubled over. Her blade dropped from numb fingers. The crowd gasped. Marcus did not stop. He stepped in close, used his free hand to grab her shoulder. Then he slammed his forehead into her face. A crack sounded. One of her cheek scales split. Purple blood trickled from the cut. Lyrana staggered back. Her hands flew to her face. Shock filled her eyes. "You hit my face," she said. Her voice shook. Marcus wiped blood from his own brow. "You hit mine first." Lyrana straightened slow. Her breathing came in short gasps. She looked at her dropped blade, then at him. Something new showed in her golden eyes. Not anger, not mockery. Respect? No, not yet. But fear. Real fear. She picked up her blade. Her hand trembled, just a little. "This is impossible," she whispered. "Humans are weak, soft. You break, you die fast. Why won't you break?" Marcus stood there, bleeding, bruised. Half his body felt like fire, but his voice was steady. "Because we don't get to choose easy," he said. "Our world never gave us gifts. No claws, no scales, no poison, no speed. Just one thing. We keep going. When it hurts, when we're tired, when everything says stop, we keep going." Lorana stared. The words sank in. She shook her head again. "No, I will not lose to this." She attacked once more. Desperate now. Her strikes came wild, fast, but less controlled. Marcus blocked, dodged, took hits, gave hits. He caught her arm again, twisted. She cried out. He drove his elbow into her side, same spot as before. Scales cracked more. She went to one knee. The arena was dead quiet. Lorana looked up at him, blood on her face, breath ragged. "Stop," she said. The word came out small. Marcus stepped back. He lowered his blade. Blood dripped from his hands. "You sure?" She stayed on one knee. Her blade lay in the sand. She looked at it, then at the crowd, then at him. "I cannot win," she said. The words hurt her more than any blow. Marcus offered his hand, not to mock, just to help. Lorana stared at it, a human hand, scarred, bloody, steady. She did not take it, not yet. Instead she pushed herself up, slow, painful. She stood tall again, but not the same. Smaller somehow. "You are not weak," she said. Her voice was low. "You are different." Marcus nodded once. "We all are." The drone still hovered. The Empire still watched. Lorana looked around, at the silent stands, at the blood on the sand, at the human who refused to fall. She took a deep breath. Then she spoke loud enough for all to hear. "I yield." The words echoed. Not in cheers, in shock, whispers, gasps. Some stood up, others sat frozen. Lorana turned to Marcus. Her golden eyes met his. "You have won the right," she said. "Alliance is yours. Favor is yours. Whatever you ask, the Empire will give." Marcus lowered his blade. The blue edge flickered out. He let the handle fall to the sand. "I ask for one thing," he said. "Respect. For my people. Not because we are strong like you. Because we are stubborn like us." Lorana looked at him for a long moment. Then she bowed her head. Just a little. The first time anyone had ever seen her do it. "Respect," she repeated. "You have it." Marcus nodded. Then he turned, slow, limping, blood trailing behind him. He walked toward the gate. The crowd parted in silence. No one laughed now. No one mocked. They watched a human walk away from a fight he should have lost. The silence in the arena felt thick and heavy. Millions of eyes stayed locked on the sand floor. Princess Lorana stood tall again, but her shoulders sagged just a little. Purple blood trickled from the crack in her cheek scale. Her breathing came fast and uneven. Her violet honor blade lay forgotten in the sand a few steps away. She looked at Marcus, really looked at him. Marcus stood opposite her. His body was a map of pain. Deep cuts crossed his chest and arms. Blood soaked what was left of his gray tunic. It hung in wet rags. His side bled steadily from the last deep slash. One leg trembled under him. Sweat and blood mixed on his face. His dark eyes stayed calm, steady. He held his blue honor blade loose in his right hand. He did not raise it. He did not need to. Lorana took one step forward, then another. Slow, careful, like she walked on broken glass. The crowd held its breath. No one spoke. She stopped close enough that Marcus could smell her scent again, metal and flowers, now mixed with the sharp tang of fear and effort. Her golden eyes searched his face, looking for weakness, looking for the moment he would finally fall. It did not come. "You still stand," she said. Her voice was soft now, almost a whisper. "How much blood can one body lose?" Marcus gave a small shrug. Pain flashed across his face, but he hid it fast. "Enough to finish the job," he said. Laurana looked down at her own hands. Her claws were dull now. No glow, no poison mist left. She flexed her fingers. They shook. "I have fought kings," she said. "Warriors with blades of fire, beasts twice my size, machines that never tire. None of them made me feel this." Marcus waited. He did not speak. He just listened. She lifted her eyes again. "This is not fear of death," she said. "This is fear of something worse. Of being less." The words hung between them. Then she moved. Not slow this time. Not careful. She lunged. Fast. Desperate. Her body snapped forward like a whip. She had no blade now. She used her claws. Sharp. Glowing again with the last of her strength. She aimed for his throat. One clean strike to end it all. Marcus saw it coming. He stepped to the side. Just enough. Her claws raked the air where his neck had been. He caught her right wrist in his left hand. His grip was iron. She tried to pull free. He twisted. A sharp crack sounded. Not bone, but the strain in her arm made her gasp. She swung her other hand, claws aimed at his face. He ducked under it. Then he drove forward. His shoulders slammed into her chest. The impact pushed air from her lungs in a rough cough. She staggered back. He followed, grabbed her other arm, pinned both wrists together in one big hand. Laurana struggled. Her scales scraped against his skin. Her long leg came up fast, aimed at his knee. Marcus turned his hip, took the blow on his thigh instead. Pain shot up his leg. He ignored it. He used his free hand, made a fist, brought it down hard into her stomach. Same soft spot he had hit before. She doubled over. Scales cracked louder this time. Purple blood seeped from new breaks. She tried to breathe. Could not. Her knees buckled. Marcus let go of her wrists. She dropped to the sand, on her hands and knees, gasping, coughing. Hair fell across her face like a silver curtain. The arena stayed dead quiet. Marcus stepped back one pace. He lowered his fists. Blood dripped from his knuckles onto the sand. Laurana pushed herself up on shaking arms. She looked up at him. Tears, not from pain, but from something deeper, shone in her golden eyes. "I cannot," she said. The words broke. "I yield." She said it again, louder, for the drones, for the crowd, for the Empire. "I yield." The sound echoed off the black stone walls. A low murmur started in the stands. Then it grew. Whispers turned to voices. Voices turned to shouts. Not anger, not joy. Shock. Pure shock. Laurana stayed on her knees, head bowed, shoulders trembling. Marcus looked down at her. For a long moment he said nothing. Then he reached out. Slow, careful, he offered his hand. She stared at it, at the blood, at the scars, at the steady fingers that refused to shake. She lifted her own hand, hesitant, her claws retracted. Her palm was smooth under the scales, warm. She placed it in his. Marcus pulled, gentle but firm. She rose to her feet, slow, unsteady. When she stood straight again, she was almost his height now. Not towering, not anymore. Their eyes met. "You could have killed me," she said quietly. "I could have," he answered, "but I did not come for that." The one he had given her with his head. "This mark," she said, "I will keep it. No healing, no cover. Let my people see." Marcus nodded once. The announcer's voice broke the silence. It sounded small, unsure. "The rite of ascension is complete. The challenger Marcus Kane of the United Human Worlds has won. Princess Laurana yields. Alliance is granted. Favor is granted. The Empire honors the victor. The crowd erupted, not in cheers at first, in a wave of sound that rolled from one side to the other. Some stood, some clapped, some just stared. But the sound grew, louder, stronger. It became a roar. Not for blood, not for death, for something new. Marcus turned. He started to walk toward the gate. Each step hurt. His body screamed at him to stop. He did not listen. Behind him, Laurana watched. Then she took one step after him, then another. He stopped, looked back. She walked up beside him. Beside. They walked together, side by side, human and Zytherian, victor and loser, but something more now. The crowd watched them go. The drones followed. The Empire saw. At the gate, Marcus paused. He looked at her. "You fought well," he said. She gave a small, broken laugh. "No, you fought better." He shook his head. "We both fought. That is enough." She touched his arm. Light, careful. "In my world, we say the strongest wins. Today, I learned something else." Marcus waited. "The one who refuses to lose," she said, "is stronger than the one who never loses." He looked at her for a moment. Then he nodded. "Come," he said. "We have talks to start, alliances to build." Laurana straightened her back, wiped blood from her lip, smiled, small, real. "Yes," she said, "we do." They stepped through the gate together. Behind them, the arena lights dimmed. The sand stayed red with their blood. But the story of that day would live forever. The day an alien princess ridiculed a human challenger. And seconds later, she regretted it. The arena lights slowly dimmed as Marcus and Laurana stepped through the wide gate together. The roar of the crowd followed them like a wave, but it felt distant now. Inside the tunnel, the sound became muffled. Cool air brushed their skin. Medics waited on both sides, Zytherian healers in white robes, and human doctors in plain gray uniforms. They rushed forward. Marcus waved them off with a bloody hand. "Later," he said. His voice was rough, tired, but firm. Laurana looked at him sideways. Her own medics hovered near her, holding glowing patches and injectors. She shook her head once, sharp. "No," she told them, "not yet." They walked deeper into the underlevels. The tunnel walls were smooth black stone, with thin lines of light running through them. Footsteps echoed. Blood dripped from both of them, red from Marcus, purple from Laurana. Small drops marked their path like a trail. They reached a quiet chamber, a private room for victors and royals. The door slid shut behind them with a soft hiss. No crowd, no drones, just the two of them. Laurana leaned against the wall. She slid down until she sat on the cool floor. Her long legs stretched out. She touched the cracked scale on her cheek again, winced, then looked up at Marcus. He stayed standing for a moment. Then he lowered himself to the floor across from her. Slow, careful, his back against the opposite wall, legs bent, arms resting on his knees. Blood still seeped from his side. He pressed one hand there, hard, to slow it. For a long time, neither spoke. Then Laurana broke the silence. "I mocked you," she said, "in front of my whole empire. I called you weak, soft, an ape. I laughed." Marcus nodded once. "You did." "I thought it would be easy," she went on. "A quick lesson for the new species. Show them their place. Make them bow." Instead, she looked at her hands, at the bruises forming under her scales. "Instead, I was the one who bowed." Marcus watched her, said nothing. She met his eyes. "Why did you not kill me? The blades could have ended it. You had chances, many." "I did not come to take a life," he said. "I came to take a hand, to shake it, to make a deal." Laurana gave a small, dry laugh. "A deal, after I tried to break you. Especially after that, he said. She looked away, at the wall, at nothing. In our stories, the strong rule, the weak serve. That is how it has always been. We are born with gifts, speed, strength, toxins, light. You have none of those, yet you won. Marcus shifted, winced as the movement pulled at his wounds. We have one gift, he said. We don't quit. Lyrana turned back to him. Is that all? It's enough, he answered. She studied him, the scars on his arms, the fresh cuts, the way he sat, straight, even though pain twisted his face. Are they all like this? Most, he said. Some break sooner, some later, but we all learn to keep standing. Our world taught us that. Predators bigger than us, weather that kills, hunger, cold, sickness. We had nothing but each other, and the will to go on. Lyrana touched the scar on her cheek again. This will stay, she said. I told you, no healer will touch it. My people must see it. They must remember. Marcus nodded. Good. A soft chime sounded. The door opened a crack. A Zitharian aide looked in, nervous. Highness, the council waits. They wish to speak of the alliance terms. Lyrana looked at the aide, then at Marcus. Tell them we come soon, she said. The aide bowed and left. The door closed. Lyrana pushed herself up, slow. She offered her hand to Marcus. He took it. She pulled. He rose. They stood face to face again. You will sit at our table, she said. Not as guest, as equal, trade, knowledge, ships. Weapons if you wish. Your worlds will join ours. Not below, beside. Marcus looked into her golden eyes. Thank you. She shook her head. Do not thank me. You earned it. With blood, with pain, with endurance. They walked out together. Down a wider hall now. Guards stood at attention. Some Zytherian, some human, new arrivals from the envoy ship. They saluted as the two passed. In the great council chamber the leaders waited. Tall Zytherians in bright robes, human diplomats in simple suits. All eyes turned when the doors opened. Lyrana stepped forward first, Marcus beside her. She raised her voice, clear, strong. Today the right has spoken, she said. A human challenged me. I mocked him. I struck him. I tried to break him. He did not break. Instead, he broke my pride. And in doing so, he showed me something true. She touched the scar on her cheek. Let everyone see it. This mark is his gift to me, she said. Humans are not weak. They are different. Their strength is not in body alone. It is in spirit, in the refusal to fall. I yield to that strength, and so does the Empire. She turned to Marcus. Speak your terms. Marcus stepped forward. His voice was quiet, but it carried. No conquest, he said. No tribute. Equal trade. Open borders. Shared knowledge. Mutual defense. Your ships, our stubbornness. Together we become stronger. The council murmured. Then one by one, they nodded. The head counselor, an old Zytherian with silver scales, stood. It is agreed. Hands were shaken. Papers signed with light pens. The alliance was sealed. Later, in a smaller room, Lyrana and Marcus stood alone again. A healer had finally patched the worst of their wounds. Bandages covered Marcus's side. A glowing patch sealed Lyrana's cracked scales. But the scar on her cheek stayed open, raw, proud. She looked at him. Teach us. Marcus thought for a moment. Some of us will, he said. I'll send trainers, soldiers, scientists, people who can show you what endurance looks like, not just tell you. And you? She asked. He smiled. Small, tired. I'll go home first, heal, then come back. We have much to talk about. Lyrana stepped closer. She placed a hand on his shoulder. Light, careful. Thank you, she said, for not letting me win. Marcus covered her hand with his own. Thank you for letting me show you why we don't lose easy." They stood like that for a moment. Two beings from different worlds, bound now by blood and respect. Outside, the stars waited. New alliances, new journeys. A galaxy that had just learned what humans could do when pushed. And somewhere, in the archives of Zither Prime, the recording of the duel played again and again. The alien princess ridiculed a human challenger. Seconds later, she regretted it. But in the end, regret turned to something better. Understanding. And from that understanding, a stronger future grew.